Good afternoon and good morning. Welcome to the very first wake-up call of October. Can you believe it? October is here already. Now, I tend to say, when October comes, autumn is well and truly here. You know, it's been here for what, about 5 days now? But it is, I say, officially autumn. Christmas is just coming. I can just see it over. It's just over there. It's around the corner. It's just about there. But yeah, so not only is this your first wake-up call of October, it's your last one of the week, unfortunately, but we will be back on Monday. But do you know what? We can go over that later on. We've still got a full show to go over. Let's have a look and see what we've got coming up today on Crafters TV. With it being a Friday, we have got a launch day and we've got something super, super cute. If you liked stamps that were snowmen a number of weeks ago, you're going to absolutely adore what myself and Becky are going to be showing you just shortly. And then Debbie, she's going to be here with Becky, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, for lots of different ideas of things that you can be creating with these super cute stamps. And then Debbie will be in the building, but we have got Michelle, who's actually popping in to Wake Up Call as well. Michelle's going to be here with Becky for Colour Me Happy, the staple show of the Friday to end your week on Crafters TV. 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So let me just say, if you love your colouring, if you want any more hints or tips when it comes to your colouring, today is 100% the day. Not just with Colour Me Happy, but with the launch day stamps. It's all about colours. I'm going to show you between myself and Debbie all the different ways that you can get colours into your projects. And talking about colour, looking lovely and bright and red and very autumnal. Someone that not worked together for quite some time. It's Becky.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing really, really good.
Totally agree with you about the start of autumn.
Yeah.
My heating has gone on and the winter duvet's out.
Oh.
That's how serious I am about it.
Yeah. The other day, because my car's not quite new now, it's still relatively new. Mm-hmm. I had the heated seats on for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Does it heat all the way up the back or just the rumpus?
The rumpus. I wish we put it that way the other day when Ben was talking about it as well. Yes, we didn't quite put it in a sophisticated way like that. It's the rumpus and right up the back as well. So
nice.
I know.
Nice.
That's when I thought, yep, autumn's here.
Autumn is definitely on the way. And I tell you what else is on the way today. Bargains! We have got absolutely loads of treats, and one thing that I do need to remember before we forget is if you do fancy an extra special bargain, we've got a little 10% off email that's been going around. If you're part of our Club Inspire, do have a little nosy in your emails and you will find a code, and it's a code for you that you can use today. It's 10% off, but also if you've got a friend who loves crafting, maybe you want to get them into crafting, 10% off for them too.
Wow.
That's cool, isn't it?
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I don't believe, we've done a lot of discounts in the email before, but I don't believe we've done that where you can have your friend use it as well to get themselves some crafty treats.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be checking my emails. So you have got that running until the 7th of October. So if you do want to use it today, you absolutely can, but you've got a few days to use that as well. We don't have our Craft Factor guest in today. However, if you do fancy coming here, meeting the wonderful team and getting your craft on, we have got Craft Factor that you can get involved with. All you have to do for a chance to come on Crafters TV is submit a short video. And when we say short, we mean it. It doesn't have to be really, really long. It could be 30 seconds long if you wanted it to be. Do not let that worry you or stress you out. And then send a couple of photos, 4 or 5 of them, of your cards that you've made. And we want you to email that to us, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We were actually just talking earlier on, myself and Craig, about, you know, trying something a little bit different, doing something a little bit new, pushing yourself in those boundaries, and that's exactly what this could be for you. If you're thinking, do you know what, it's nearing the end of the year, let's really accomplish something, it could be a great idea for you to try it out, and it'll be loads of fun, we assure you. So if you do want to get involved with that, absolutely do. Or maybe you've got a friend who you think would, send on that information to them. We love it when you get social with us. We've got the lovely Keithian with us on our social team today. Hello to you. I liked that. Who let the dogs out? Do you remember that song?
I did.
It's a corker. But yeah, we love it when you get social with us. So do head on over to our social medias. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, all the things that you can see at the bottom of your screen. Let us know what you're up to. Let us know if you got your heating on. Is the big duvet out yet? And whilst you're doing that, let's have a little nosy at what Craig's got with him.
Let's do it. It's Friday, it's 1st of October, and it's a launch day as well with Debbie and Becky. This is our Penguin Clear acrylic stamps. These are 4x4 in size. You've got a collection of 18 in total. So you've got a couple of them that have got 5 stamps and a couple of them have got 4 stamps. All of them have a main image and you've got some additional sentiments in each one. Now look at your price. Saving 25% on the today's price. And that is still a launch date, brand new today, £11.97 or $17.85. But let's just shut the door and shut the window, as Joe would say. Look at that platinum price. Platinum, even on a launch day item, we are all the way down to under £10 or just under $15 to be precise, £9.58 or $14.28 for these stamps. They are super cute. But I was thinking last night when I was having a little bit of a play with them with my demo that I'm away to do, I would absolutely use these for, you know, the young ones in my family, such as Grayson or Reva or any of the young ones. But I would absolutely also use them for my auntie and my uncle. I would maybe change the colours differently, maybe the backgrounds differently, but you will be able to use them for all of the generations in your family. You've got your single ones, you've got your 2 couples together, you've got one dancing, you know, you've got, it could be the mum or the dad that's got the little one in the front, or it could be gran or granddad. You know, you've got all of these different ways that you can then get creative with them. Keep it very, very simple, or bring in your masking fluid to do all your stamping techniques like I'm going to do just shortly. But this is where you're getting that 4 full sets there. 2 of them have got 5 stamps, 2 of them have got 4. That's giving you the 18 elements, £9.58 or $14.28 for you guys stateside. So that's going to be a really good one as well. As I say, we are having a look at it in a moment or two, but we're going to have a look and see what we've also got coming up within the colour Me Happy. And this is all about our discovery kits. This is all about Spectrum Noir. Now, me and, myself and Michelle, we are going to be doing a little bit of a chop and change when it comes to Wake Up Call this afternoon. Michelle's going to be having a look at the artist collection within Wake Up Call, but these will be featured within Colour Me Happy. So it's going to be a lot of colourful fun, that is for sure. But this is the Colour Creations Kit. This is 39-piece artist collection within these ones here. Now, the today's price being $69.99, or you are $99.95. Here in the UK and Europe, you are saving 10% on that today's price, and you guys stateside are saving 5% on that today's price as well. So within these ones here, we're going to be showing you all the different things that you can be doing, but platinum price comes all the way down to $55.99 or $79.96 for all of these ones here. A mix of your artists, whether you're doing your alcohol colouring or of course your watercolouring as well. So that's what's coming up within Colour Me Happy, and we're going to stay with Colour Me Happy, where we're going to have a look at what I'm going to be showing you towards the end of Wake Up Call. This is a nice, it's a little set, but by all means, it's not what I was about to say there. But let me tell you, it may be a little set, but you're getting so much in all of these ones here. You've got your colour, adventure in colour, masterful mandalas, and art of illustration around your illustrator pens, your tri-blend pens, but these are your advanced discovery kits. This is the selection altogether, 60 elements in total. Today's price being £56 or $78. You are going to be saving 25%, but when it comes to platinum, you're going to be £44.80 or $62.40. So whether you're wanting to start your colouring, whether you're starting to think of gifting, these are going to be really, really good to gift as 3 separate gifts for friends or family that are maybe crafters or looking to get into crafting, or are into crafting but not really done much colouring. Absolutely spot on. We're going to be having a look at these and what you actually get, because you do get colour in mediums and colour in cardstocks to get you started, but all of these are going to be showcased within the End of Wake Up Call, but also Colour Me Happy later on in the day with Michelle and Becky. So this is where we are going to have a full-on colouring sesh throughout today, that's for sure. Launch day with the Penguins, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time with Debbie and Becky. And then we're going to have a Colour Me Happy. That's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. That's going to be with Michelle and Becky. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu. All of these are available for you guys across Central Europe as well. You just need to go to your website. So that is a jam-packed day that is full of craftiness, I would say, Becky.
We have got absolutely loads going on. I'm so looking forward to being able to work with loads of people as well. It's definitely a day that's going to be keeping you on your toes if you do fancy being crafty. And if you do fancy being crafty and you want to treat yourself, may I suggest the Get It Got It Good. Today's Get It Got It Good is this fantastical element of your pop-out characters craft kit. You are going to get papers in here, dies in here, envelopes in here. Look how cute the stamps are. You're going to get loads of the blank elements that mean you can create your own unique cards. The saving on this is massive. Should normally be £25. Today though, you're getting it for only 15. So a wonderful little discount deal for you today. And you're getting that 50 bonus points, don't forget to. So it's going to take you a next level, possibly in your Club Inspire if you're part of that. Don't forget, if you are Club Inspire, check your emails. You've got a little secret double coder really there. And if you don't have it at this very moment in time, don't forget, check your junk mail, but also you may well get it throughout the day. So keep your peepers peeled for that. Loads of you getting in touch with us today. Hello to you. And Panda Craft is saying, have you had a little makeover on the Wake Up Call? I've not seen it in a while. It looks very cozy. We have, haven't we? We've had a little bit of a sort of revamp. It looks lovely, doesn't it? It's nice, isn't it? Quite a few of you have got your heating on. Sarah Brown is saying, my heaters are on, Becky, and we're meant to be in spring here. Oh, bless you. Panda Craft saying, yes, we tested the heating yesterday to make sure all the radiators are working. And yes, the big duvet is back on. It is definitely getting chilly out there. So, but I have to say, I love this time of year because I don't know if this is just me, Craig, but do you ever feel like when it's really sunny outside, you get like crafter's guilt because you sat indoors crafting, do you?
Yes. I get that as well, yeah. It's that horrible feeling where you're wanting to craft, or, and I always say this loosely, that, this being our job and we need to prep and that, which, doesn't feel like a job, that's for sure. But yeah, you look at that sun outside and you feel really, really guilty, for sure.
Yeah.
Whereas there's no guilt when it's autumn or winter.
Nope, because you want to be sat inside snuggling up anyway. So if you were in that same boat, if you do love an autumn and winter craft, you're definitely in the right place today. And speaking of right place, loads and loads of you, again, getting in from all over. I've got Shelley in saying good morning from Southwest Florida, very specific. We've got Debbie in saying good morning to us all. Hello to Linda in Maryland. You really are in from all over. It's wonderful to have you with us, and it's wonderful to be able to get crafty, isn't it, Craig?
It really is, but I'm actually going to read a couple that I think you purposely missed out there, Becky. Aisha saying, good morning everyone. Hi Craig and Becky. Becky, love the red and black dress, looking fab.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I don't read these on purpose because they make me blush. Yeah,
I get that. And Shelley on YouTube is saying, Becky, you look lovely in red.
Oh, that's really sweet of you. Thank you, lovely lot.
Them ones out. You're very, very welcome. Right, here we go. Let's have a look and see what Becky and Debbie's going to be bringing to you on launch day, which is all about these super cute penguins. These are penguin stamps. So if you want to get your hands on them right now, go ahead to our website. These are the Penguin Clear Acrylic 4x4 stamp collection. Now in total you're getting 18 elements. Each of the sets you've got an individual image, and then you've got additional sentiments to go in and work in conjunction with them. Now on the today's price, even though it's a launch day price, you're still saving a whopping 25% for everyone. £11.97 or $17.85, but with the platinum that comes all the way down to £9.58 or $14.28. Now you're getting a good view there, which is perfect because we don't actually have boards for these ones. So you can see in the top left you've got the little penguin there pulling at the sleigh where they've got the presents on the back. You can then do masking and then you can start to build these presents up if you want. Then we've got the next one that you can see is actually working its way in. Can we just say, well done, Charlotte? This looks so cool. Just slowly going across.
Good, isn't she?
We've got the dancing penguin that I'm actually going to be demoing in a moment or two, and I'm going to demo it in a different way when it comes to colouring. But then that's not just the only ones you get. What you're also going to be getting is you're going to be getting one where it could be the mum, the dad, the granddad, auntie, uncle with the son or daughter or niece, grandchild. It could be anything like that. Then we're going into the couple. Mum, dad, or in my case, mum and stepdad, auntie, uncle, granddad, brother, sister, anything like that. So definitely lots of different family members that it's going to cover, lots of different kind of occasions around Christmas or family members, as I said a moment ago, that you'd be able to do it to a special couple if you wanted to, or to a son or a daughter, those sorts of things. So what I can do is show you some of the things that you can be making. Now this is an interesting one because myself and Debbie and Michelle, we were having a look at this before we went live, and we're having a look to see how Lisa actually done this one, because this is how it stamps out, which is super cool. But if we open it up, I'm going to come back a little bit so you can see. Now look at the penguin on the opposite side. It's facing the other direction.
Yeah.
So we're thinking maybe the techniques with acetate or a gel plate, which I've always loved the idea of getting myself a gel plate. If you don't know what they are, I would have a look online on YouTube and that for tuitions or tutorials. You'll see exactly what it is. A gel plate, well, basically it's a platform, it's gel. And what you can do is you can stamp onto it, then you can pop your cardstock over the top and it gives you sort of a flip, or you can ink onto it. It's just, you know, my explanation doesn't do it justice. But you can do that. You can then have a look at all these different techniques and have them change in the different ways. As I said earlier on, you can start to do masking. But what's really nice as well is they're not overly big or powerful images. So they're nice if you want to do little DL cards. This is very much like a slimline card, but in the opposite direction. Simple colouring that you can see here. But then whether you're doing your alcohol colouring, whether you're doing your maybe your aqua pens or your sparkle pens, you can absolutely do that. Then think about your faux snow that you've got, your glossy highlights that you've got. You know, even that one, the vibrancy of that pink really makes it stand out. Doesn't take anything away from the penguin, it just works so nicely. But then maybe more of a vintage tone that we can see. So once again, think about building the presents up. If you're going to do masking, that could be a penguin on its own, you know, or it could be the reverse being hand in hand. Lots of things that you can do. Back with the couple again, bringing in your nesting dies, and then another elongated card that we can see on this one here. So cute, so much fun. I've got a funny feeling that that word cute is going to be thrown about a lot when it comes to these ones here.
Agreed.
Because they absolutely are, they are really cute. So I think what we're going to do is let's dive straight in. Sometimes I know there's many of you that say you like colouring, or maybe you're not comfortable with colouring, but you always wonder how can you get some colour into your stamps without doing colouring. So I've done this technique before, it's one of my favourites, so I thought this is going to be perfect for the penguins, Becky. I'm going to go in, I'm going to use my large stamping platform for this one. You can do what I'm away to do with the other ones, but I would recommend our large one because we do want to try and keep our cardstock and stamp in the one position. You can tell that Debbie Fisher has been in the building because this is so sticky. I think Debbie is actually just outside, Debbie Robinson is outside finishing little bits of prep for later on. She's taken a nice clean one. I never thought beforehand, I should have snuck her this one, I should have checked. But doesn't matter, still going to do the job. So I'm going to come in with my ocean blue, water reactive for this one. Key that I'm using my water reactive. And I'm going to go in with my dancing penguin, or dancing in the snow, to be precise. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. This is watercolour card. I've already cut this to size, which is 4x4. So I'm going to get it where I want it to go, which is here. And then I'm going to stamp and I'm going to press so it sticks onto my platform. In the past, what I usually say as well with a new stamp, I tend to prime it, Becky, with our translucent clear. But I don't need to do this for this one, and you'll see why in a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my ocean blue, and this is the water reactive one again. So I'm going to stamp, so I'm giving it a really, really nice coverage. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my spritz tool. You'll find these on our website, and this is water that's inside. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to spritz my watercolour card, and then I'm going to spritz my stamp. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then press it into place, and I'm going to remove it. Now to start with, that just looks like a melting penguin. It looks a little bit of a mess, but what I am going to do is for the next minute or two, I'm going to heat set it, heat dry it with my heat tool. You can leave it to dry naturally, but obviously we don't have the time, so I'm going to give it a helping hand with my heat tool.
Go ahead. Well, whilst you're doing that, should I have a little see at what
Let's
people have been saying? Hello to Betty, who's saying, it's my birthday month. We celebrate for 31 days. I love that. I'm a little bit jealous of that, actually. I have a half birthday, which is 6 months after my own birthday, and I celebrate that. But I think a birthday month is a great idea.
I think that's a really good idea.
Hello to Evangeline saying, what? I love the penguins and great price. They really are fab, aren't they? And they're so cute. They truly are. Deborah is saying the heating went on last night. Brrr. I agree with you there. We've got Anne in who says, I bought the penguins because the set is gorgeous. You're not alone, Anne. Louise has also got some saying, they are lovely. I've just ordered them. Well done to anyone who's ordering those penguins. They are super duper cute. And penguins, although it's very sort of wintry, they are kind of all year round as well, aren't they? I live next to Chester Zoo, and the penguins always have a queue for people to watch them. People love a penguin.
Yeah, I know. There's something about them. It's like them and polar bears, I feel. There's something about them that I just love. Really, really nice.
Do you remember penguin biscuits?
I do, yeah.
Pick up a penguin.
Yeah, you always got a joke underneath the wrapper.
You did, yeah. Always slightly rubbish jokes, weren't they?
I have to say, I can just imagine Erin, as well as Charlotte. We've got Erin in the gallery today, boss Erin. We were talking about biscuits yesterday as well, funny enough. So, yeah, it's funny how it was making us all hungry when we were talking about biscuits.
True. Very true.
Now what I've done here, Becky, is I've dried this one off. Now because I've used my heat tool, it has curled the cardstock slightly, but it's not an issue because we're going to stick it down later on. Now what to do is, if possible, make sure you keep your cardstock in the same position and the same with your stamp. Because what we've got is a bit of a muddly mess of an outline of the penguin. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to come in with my, I picked up my Noir Black. It's actually my flagstone that I want underneath here. Now, although this is watercolour card and I've spritzed with water, I'm not coming on with any other watercolour card. So I'm just going to use my alcohol-proof ink pad because I get a really, really sharp colour with this. So I'm going to stamp my penguin out. So let's give it a really good coverage. I'm going to tap it. You can use any of your deep colours if you want, maybe even the midnight when it comes to quick dry. But what I wanted to do is use this one. So now what I'm doing is I'm stamping all of the detail, and it will stamp in with all of that kind of muddly mess. It'll pull it together, and it's a really nice way to get colour down with actually doing any physical colouring. Can we see how cool that looks?
It's great.
So it all flows in line with the arms, you know, the body, the snowfall as well within that backdrop, and it's quite a fun way to do it. What I'm then going to do is, so I've already done exactly the same. This is already dried, and I've used Have a Wonderful Christmas. So as you can tell, I've already taken it off my platform. So I'm going to do the same and it's very, very forgiving. So if you do take it off your platform, you don't need to worry about being on it exact, because your ink is spread out. So you don't have to have that full on central position. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a little acrylic block that I've got at the side, but you can be using any of your stamping platforms. So do the same within this one here. So let's roughly overlap it and then stamp, and then we've got our effect here. Have a wonderful Christmas. Now what we can do is start to put it together. So I'll just explain what I've got here, Becky. So I've used some elements from Sarah's Watercolour Christmas 7x7 card. So I've gone in with that grey pearl and that blue, and I used my distress tool to go down the edge. Same with the pattern paper with a little bit of grey. That's going to go down the edge. But I thought what to do is to give it a little bit extra detail, because I'll matte and layer that and that, I have brought in my faux snow. So what I've done is I've put red liner tape down the side. You could use tacky glue, but I've used red liner so that I don't need to wait on it drying, basically. And I'm going to assemble this whole card together, and that'll be us done.
How fab is that? Loads of people are absolutely loving these. Diane says, how cute would it be to mix the penguins with the snowmen?
Yeah, that's a good
really
idea.
Lovely.
And
Little
that's
pals.
Really good point. And just to say as well, Becky, these have all been designed in-house as well. So all the product development here, the team, they've designed these ones. So that's why they're going to work perfectly with the snowman or snowmen, because they're exactly the same.
That's brilliant. So they've almost got sort of a theme running through them.
Absolutely.
Sandy says, I love watching the penguins wobble when they work. It's just so cute. I agree with you. They do. They just look so lovely. It reminds me of, Mary Poppins, the sort of original one where they have the penguins doing exactly that.
Yeah.
And they're the little waiters, aren't they? Oh, they are so cute. I agree with you there.
They really are.
Sandy. Oh.
And that's the thing, you can colour theme them or, dress theme them whichever way that you like.
Yeah.
And I think that is what, I know stamps have always been popular, Becky, but I think with people more and more with having everything that's gone on in the past, spent a lot more time at home, and they've maybe spent more time on their colouring, maybe whether it's in front of the couch or that. So now that we are, now obviously I say this, I know we're not at the end of what's going through, but we are normal, as in things are opening up, we're back to work, most people, fingers crossed, etc., etc. So now what we're choosing to do is continue what they've learned while off or during COVID, and start to put that against all their stamps that they've got at home.
Definitely. And that's the thing as well with stamping. What I quite like about stamping is anybody can get involved with it, even if, you can get quite a professional finish, even if you've never really made anything before.
That's
then you can be really advanced with them too.
Exactly.
I feel like once you buy a stamp, it stays with you from day one to day 3001,
That's right, yeah. And as long as you look after them, they will, as you say, last your lifetime. And let's face it, I don't know if you know this, but Christmas comes round every year. Every single year it comes round, so I just thought I'd better let you know that.
Thank you for the reminder. I need to put that in my calendar.
But then penguins and polar bears and snowman and snowmen and Santa, and that, they never go out of fashion. No. You know what I mean? You could be coming back with these penguins one year after year after year, and they'll always be in fashion. So it's always nice having these within your stash.
Shelley is saying, this is adorable, Craig. And Diane is saying that she loves that card that you're doing.
Brilliant.
We've also got Lenny. I hope I've said that right. L-E-N-E. Lenny. I don't know why I'm putting an accent on it, especially when I put a French accent on, but she's actually from Denmark.
Looks like Lenny anyway.
Lenny. Saying, just got home from work. So I wonder what time it's in Denmark. Unless she's maybe like a baker.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. So Germany is an hour ahead.
Like an hour.
Yeah, Central Europe's about an hour ahead, isn't it?
Got you. Oh, you've had a good day at work.
Hopefully. What a brilliant way or time to finish, eh?
Well, it depends what time she had to get up, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
When I did work experience at a bakery, and I had to get up at 3 a.m. but then I did finish by 11. So that was pretty good.
For a number of years when I worked at one of our food stores here, the Co-op, and I worked on the bakery, I had to be up at 4 to be ready and at work for 6.
Did you actually do the baking?
Well, yeah, like all came in part baked, but I had to, bake them in the oven and that. Yeah.
Lovely, nice.
Yeah. Not
Bet that
good
smelled good.
Yeah, not when you've got a hangover though. Not when you've got a hangover.
I can imagine.
But the rolls weren't bad, but later on in the morning when you have to do like the cooked chickens and that, that was tough. That was tough. But yeah, it was early mornings back then as well.
Oh no. Well, yeah, but you finished really early, I presume.
I was maybe 11 or 12.
Nice.
Yeah, 11 or 12 and we were good. But what I'm going to do now, assemble these ones. Let's finish off a couple of glitter gems from Hunky Dory, which I checked on our website, and the glitter ones that I'm using were in stock at least last night anyway.
Oh, that's
when
good.
I checked. I try and use what we've got on the website, because I know so many of you love what we all do here on Crafters TV, and you ask if you can replicate what you can do. Anything that we make, you can absolutely replicate. So the ones that I'm using, just in case you wanted to check, these are the diamond sparkles. These are the glitter diamond sparkles from Hunky Dory.
Great.
Silver sparkle that I used here.
Perfect.
So popping them in, and I am pretty much finished with that one.
Woo!
But just to say as well, Erin has double checked for us, and they are in stock on the website. So they are the, just to go over, the diamond sparkles, that is the silver sparkle, they are the glitter ones. But there we go. So what we've done, in actual fact, we've got a couple of options as well if you want to check them ones out. Gone for that blue, of course, but that icy look as well, and a really good way to add colour without having to go in with your colour and mediums such as your tri-blends or illustrators, anything like that. But it's a nice way, I think it's a nice way, and a good quick way as well, because you can stamp them all out, let them dry naturally all at once overnight, and then you can really start to get these cards made the next day. So there we go, that's coming up from launch day with Debbie and Becky. That'll of course be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 AM Eastern Time, 7 AM Pacific Time, and it's from the Penguin Clear acrylic 4x4 stamp collection with 18 elements in total. Today's price being $11.97 or $17.85, where you're saving 25% already, but platinum's coming down to £9.58 or $14.28. And wait until you see what Debbie's got planned for you, because I was having a little peek before we went live, and I've actually just noticed while we go to you, Becky, I'm upside down.
Oh.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's beautiful, isn't it? Loads of people loving them. Oh, hang on, I've just done something technical. Oh, my screen's gone blank. It's all right. I've got it back. I've got it back. We found out about Denmark. So we've had a message saying, Becky, I start work at 7 AM and work until 3:30 PM every day, but Fridays I finish at noon. Oh, I bet that feels like a right treat. Thank you for letting us know that. Oh, this is a lovely message that, again, my computer's just stopped. It's working again. Blessed Crafter Tina says, good Friday to you both. It too is my birth month. Not only that, it's my actual birthday!
Oh, happy birthday!
And Tina says, I couldn't think of anything better to start my special day than to watch a wake-up call with Sweet Craig.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't that cute? Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday indeed.
Let us
Have a
know if
great
you get
day.
any treats, if you're treating yourself, if you get any gifts. Do let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Have a fabulous day to you, my love. Lots of you getting in touch about those penguins, saying how much you love them. And don't forget, they are available if you would like to shop. Then you can shop the show, of course. Hey up, before I forget and before we go to break, we are going to head to break because I want to give you a minute or two to check out your baskets. But whilst we do that as well, did you know that on the website right now we have got some Christmas bundle deals? Oh yeah, go onto our website, type it into the search engine. On there it's Christmas bundle deals, and what you're going to see is elements and collections that have been put together for you to get great deals but also wonderful collaborations. there's also a craft Christmas collection too that you can kind of click on. So go and have a little look, check out those baskets, and we're going to be back after this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome back. It's lovely to be with you. Hey, I've done a little bit of digging, and when I say me, I mean my producer. I've just sat here nattering. But yeah, if you head on over to our website and you want to have a look at the Christmas bundle deals, if you type that into the search, you will find some Christmas bundle deals. That's handy. But you'll also find more if you click on Craft a Christmas. It'll be a little drop down. You'll be able to see it there. Go to Christmas bundle deals and you'll find some extra ones on there, and they're ones that you probably will not have seen before, so go and head on over. Also, if you are like me and you're constantly refreshing your emails, because I mentioned that you have the opportunity to get 10% off for yourself and for a pal, so you're there refreshing because you can't wait to use that bargain code, it is on its way. I promise you it should be with you within the next few hours. So just keep your peepers peeled on your emails to get that 10% off for you and a good friend who may well not have crafted before, if you do want to treat yourself. We've had so many messages in about that gorgeous card. Sandy saying, I love your card, Craig. Eleanor says, the penguin is so happy. They really are, aren't they? And we've got Rhiannon saying, I love the card, Craig. Brenda's saying, pretty card, lovely cute card, Craig. I mean, as per Craig, it's got everyone talking. They're really talking points, those lovely stamps, aren't they?
They really are. You know, I think sometimes when you just see an image or, 4 of them, you've got different ideas. It could be, it reminds you of maybe when you were little again with your parents or something like that, but obviously in a cute form. The penguins as well. Actually, just to say as well, just to go back on what you were on about the newsletter, the emails.
Yes.
If you're like, well, how do I get that? If simply by going onto our website, what you'll find is, not all the time, but it'll automatically sometimes just pop up.
Yes.
If you are new, then it'll just say, do you want to subscribe to our newsletter? Or there is the icon at the top of the website as well. Because even Erin was just saying a minute ago how awesome our website is. So it's a good way just to go across. So in case you're wondering, but Becky, how do I get it? There you go.
That's how you do it. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's really easy to do. And we we have got a right day of it. We've already had a fabulous demo from Craig. We've got Debbie Robinson coming up with us later. And then for Colour Me Happy, we have got the fabulous Michelle. And Michelle has actually nipped on air this morning to give us a wonderful craft all about Colour Me Happy. Hi Michelle, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Excited to be here.
It's lovely to see you again. What have you got there in front of you, please?
I have, in fact, this is the first thing that I ever did when I first came up. This was my first demo, so it's fun to be able to do it again. The Artist Collection Colour Creations Kit. So I'm excited to have another play.
Fab, yeah. Tell you what, you want to dive in and let us see what you're going to be getting?
I will. So you've got the most amazing box with that lovely magnetic closure.
It's like a
so
chocolate
exciting.
box.
Just opening and closing is so exciting. Nice quality, beautiful box. And then you open it and you've got the strokeable factor.
Good.
Just have to have a nice. And the colour is so pretty. Just everything about it's pretty. You got a couple of outliners. So these are your illustrators, and then these are your aquas. And
Now I have to ask Michelle, see how all the pens, you've got them all facing the same way now. Is that just for the show, or is that something that you would do?
Oh no, they've got to be all facing the right way. And
Thank you.
These have see that they've got to be the right way up as well.
Yep.
So it's got to, you know, all the right way, all facing, you know. So there's some exciting stuff under here. There's all sorts under here. But it just come with a lovely instruction book, and you don't want to see all those. So we've got this lovely, we've got a lovely step-by-step tutorial that's not even for this one. So we'll not show you that.
Oh,
Great.
So we'll put that to the side. There's all sorts in here. Let's have a, is this the one? Is this the right one? This might be the right one. Yes, aqua marker. We got there. Essential hints and tips, and then for your illustrator as well. This is brilliant. Some fabulous hints and tips for you to follow on there.
Is it just like hints and tips, or give you a little bit of a step by step? You know, even if you are.
It does. It sort of shows you this, you know, little steps on the way to blend them and how they work.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's brilliant to follow. So I'll just show you a few of the. So this is one of the watercolour ones that you get in there. Yeah, it is. It's upside down.
Oh, it's an Australian.
So we'll show you it the right way up. I'll let you see it properly. So that's one of the watercolour ones. This is another watercolour one.
Pretty.
Wow.
I love this one. I think for this one, you could add some of the sparkle pens, the sparkling, to make it look like the sea splashed over onto your boardwalk, or make it snowy. So you could use some of the fake snow, the faux snow.
That'd be good.
Add some of that, make a snowy.
So
Scene as it's that time of year. Yeah, because apparently it snows at the beach too when it snows. So
you know what it also does as well? When the waves are in and that, it can build up the foam.
Yes, the sea foam.
Yes, of course.
That'd be good for faux snow.
Yeah. And then this. I don't think I have the fourth one with me, but there is 4 that you get in there.
I mean, the illustrations are just incredible, aren't they? They're so detailed.
And then
lovely.
there's this one with the little scary flying beast. It looks like a moth or a hornet. Yeah. Pretty on the paper. And then this lovely one. These birds are just beautiful.
So all of like what you've been shown, uncoloured, of course, you get these included as well, don't you?
Yeah, you do. So there's the
really
4.
good.
So there's 4 watercolour ones, and there's also 4 for your illustrators. And the difference, you can straight away see the difference. This is very textured. This is really smooth for your alcohol inks.
That's a really good point, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think that's the 4th one. I love the butterflies. As we know, I don't like butterflies in real life because they sort of attack a little.
I didn't know that.
They attack me, can I just say?
Really? What did they do?
They sort of, they fly at you. And then I think they smell the fear and think it's funny, and then, you know, go in for the kill.
You've obviously never had a pigeon attack you.
Pigeon?
Right, so I feel like you have had a pigeon attack you.
I have.
Why?
Dundee City Centre, I'm telling you, they're full of them.
Did you have chips or something?
I didn't actually, no. That's when they usually do it, yeah. Yeah, that's when they usually do it, but no. So I would be happy to have a butterfly attack me, Michelle.
Yeah, I'd rather a butterfly, I think, than
Pigeon.
Yeah, do message in. What would you rather be attacked by, a butterfly or a pigeon?
So what I'm going to do, so I'll move that to the side. I've picked this one that I'm going to use my illustrators on.
Okay.
So I think for my butterfly, let's have a look, what colour do I want to use?
The colours that you get in there, Michelle, is it kind of like a range of the rainbow? Is it the kind of key colours that you get, is it?
There is, I think there's, so you've got some of your pinks and, you've got a blender pen, which is perfect.
Okay.
These are perfect. These are perfect for me because if you go out of your lines, obviously you can use it. Just go over it. It pushes the ink through, so it sort of gets rid of it. But these are also good if you've laid. So this is the dandelion. So if you lay that down and you want it a little bit light, you can go over with your blender pen.
Okay.
To do that, or you can. I know you can lay your blender pen down first and then colour over it, and it gives it more of a muted colour as to what you would get if you just went straight on with the colour. So we've got some lovely pinks, blues, some greens, there's some nice creams, there's a whole range. I think there's like a little bit of everything, so you can, have a go at.
I should just ask, Ernst just asked if you like to go with the line. We all do it, we all just end up chatting back to the gallery, so don't worry. But yeah, Ern was just asking if you, if you have a favourite of a colour, do you like to go with the lighters or the darkers?
So what I normally do is, if I'm normally colouring with a 3-colour blend or more, I lay a whole colour of my lightest down first, because I find it's easy to blend your darker colours on top of wet ink, which is why you're best not to colour a big area first, because by the time you're going back over it with your darker colour, your ink's going to have dried and you're not going to get as good a blend. So
that's a really good tip.
I do smaller areas first. So I think for this butterfly, I'm going to use the dandelion and the caramel. And what I'm going to do first is actually, I'm going to go in, because I'm not going to, obviously they're not the same colour family, so I'm not going to do a normal blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to halfway up these little segments, I'm going to lay down some of the dandelion.
So it's a good way to show as well, even though they're not necessarily the colour families, the whole concept of this collection is it'll step you through being able to mix colours together. Yeah,
you can. You can definitely blend them together. So I'm going to take my caramel and I'm going to come from the other side and I'm just going to colour in that, and I'm just going to overlap there.
Okay.
I will try and... Sorry, Erin's just asked me a question. Do I try to meet in the middle? I'm sorry, I'm going to get used to this, I promise.
Don't you worry, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Sarah even goes quiet when it comes to colouring. We'll all do it. We're going into a colouring coma, so do not worry.
Yeah, but I'm nodding at Erin and I forget that I need to actually say it and then explain what I'm doing.
You're the only one that listens to her, so it's because you're
So, I've gone just over halfway with my yellow, and then I'm bringing the caramel from the other end and overlapping. Just however much you want, however much of a, because it gives a third colour to your blend.
Yeah. And then do you have to put quite a bit of pressure on with these?
Absolutely not at all. Because want to go over the yellow, I'm actually doing a lighter stroke with this one.
Okay.
And then
with the pen, Michelle, I know you get two ends. Are you using the finer nib end?
I am.
which is something that's very rarely seen when it comes to the illustrators.
Yeah, I mean, I do have so much fun with the bigger areas with the brushstroke end. But for me, because I'm just colouring the small bits of the butterfly, and I want my blend over the middle to be a bit more precise, I'm going to use this one. I don't think it really matters. I think it's a bit of personal preference. So
it's good to see you doing it, because we're all the same here in the team. We'll always go to the brush end first. So to see you using it goes to show how you can actually use that nib end instead. Yeah. I like to do things. My mum always said you like to do things the awkward way. I just like to be different.
That's nice.
I like to try everything.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to come from the other side and go over.
Obviously, you're not a big fan of butterflies. Quite a few people messaging about that, actually. Lenny saying, are there killer butterflies in the UK? Wow. We've also had Gilmore thinks they might know why butterflies, in your words, attack you. Said it could be because you're as pretty as a flower.
I'll
nice.
take that. Thank you.
Yeah, it could absolutely be. But when you are colouring in butterflies, or as you are now, do you actually kind of go from nature itself? Will you find a picture and try and mimic it, or do you like to do it sort of more fantasy and what you're in the mood for?
It's definitely more fantasy for me. It's very rare for me to colour something in the colour that it's supposed to be. But even from being little, when Mum bought me colouring books, you know, people were pink with purple dots. No one was the colour they were supposed to be.
I get you, that's fab.
My house, each side was a different colour. I've always done it, and I don't know. I think there's no rules with it. You're colouring something, just go for it.
That's lovely.
Do whatever colour you want.
And it's fine, you know, it's just seeing you just take in section by section. Don't overwhelm yourself with thinking you have to do a full butterfly. Just showing what you're doing. It's really, really come together. And even, you know, the little amount that you've done so far, you can see that colour, that butterfly coming together. Yeah, and if you look, you can see where they've overlaid, there is that third colour, there's a blend between them. So you can do it numerous ways. I know I've seen Leanne take one pen and then take the other and take colour off the nib and draw it down. Or you can put your second colour there and take it up with the nib, because then once you colour in, it then blends back into this original colour. So there's a couple of different ways to blend them out when you're doing two different colours that are not in the same colour family. There's numerous ways to do it, and it's all about having a play. See what works best for you, because what one person is brilliant at and gets on with perfectly, another person is like, I can't do it like that. That's it. Everyone's different, has their own way, don't they?
And there is that learning curve to it as well, which is a lot of fun, actually, isn't it?
There is, and you get a lot of happy accidents. So you're like, oh my God, that was, you know, didn't mean to do that, but it's turned out wonderful. So,
can you think of times that you've maybe discovered a new technique or come across something you wouldn't have thought of doing via a sort of crafting happy accident?
Oh yeah, I have lots of crafty, unhappy and happy accidents. But I think the show that I did last week, with the tri-colour aqua blend pens. I have to say it slowly because I say it wrong every time. When I was given that show, I had just a play with those pens and just had so much fun. Tried out techniques I'd seen other people doing, and if it doesn't go exactly right but still turns out fab, and then you've discovered something new.
Yeah, that's what it's all about as well. It's trying it, and it's just seeing something else that maybe you've not seen before, but it's that happy accident, and that's how we all learn as well. We all grow, and it's so good to be able to do it here on Crafters TV.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think with that as well, actually, craft and this type of craft in particular, if you do want to try something new and it doesn't go right, you don't feel really guilty.
No.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, if I was to try a new recipe and I'd spent a lot of money on, so, you know, a posh beet or something like that, and I burnt it or it went wrong, it wasn't quite nice, I'd feel like I'd lost quite a bit.
Yeah.
But with this, it's only kind of time and a bit of paper, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Absolutely.
It is. You're not losing anything, not really.
No.
And the process of what you're doing needs to be as much fun. And I think we put a bit too much pressure on ourselves that we're going to ruin it first time, and, you know, try not to do that.
The other thing as well is when I was on about earlier on about being overwhelmed as well. These are A4 in size. Nothing stopping you from chopping them down if you want to and do them, you know, as individual card
That's
blanks
it.
or that.
Completely.
And then it just means that you're not overwhelming yourself with this full image thinking, wow, I've got this big one I need to colour. Do little sections by section, home decor frames afterwards. You know, like what would you do with yours, Michelle, once you've finished colouring
Well,
them?
I will show you in a second.
Oh, you've actually got something. I did not know this.
Because I
did not know this.
I just thought we've got these huge, and you can cut them down into make four beautiful toppers for your cards. But if you want to use the full image and you don't necessarily want to colour in the full image, so for this little flower, what I'm going to do, so I've got FS3, but then MG3, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to use it to highlight the are the veins on a flower, the little highlighty bits.
I'm not
The textures.
yeah, the
of the
textures.
flower.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to go back over just to blend it in. Yeah, so it's the same colour that I laid down on the bottom. I'm going to
Okay.
go back over.
So this is where you've gone from like the light to that darker. Now you've gone back to the light again.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
Actually,
So-
even not doing what you're doing now, it still looks really, really smart at a distance.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, I'm not going to finish colouring this in, but I just wanted to show you how I was going to do that. So what I'm going to do with this. So I have got a stitched circle
Okay.
die set, and so what I would have done is, so I'm going to colour 3 random pieces in, and then
Okay.
so I would colour that in, and then I would maybe colour that one in, and yeah, that bit
Right.
there. So you can, I mean, you could, you know, pick that, and then you know, pick whichever
Yeah.
3, 5, as many as you want. I'm just gonna.
Can I just ask as well, when you were on about, you know, how certainly with the alcohol, if you do little sections at a time, if you do it that way, I suppose then you're able to pop it to the side for a couple of hours or till the next day, and then come back and start to colour the rest. So you don't need to do it all at once, do you?
No, that's it. And it's, you know, the mindfulness of it. It's just fun. You know, make the kids tea, then go sit down and you know, have a little bit. It's a big piece like this is brilliant for just picking it up, doing a little bit here, a little bit there. You know,
Seeing it come together, aren't
Yeah,
they? If you do
yeah.
little by little.
Definitely.
so just pop this through there.
It would be interesting actually, because I've not done it that way before, but it'd be interesting to see if your feelings come out in it. And what I mean by that is maybe, you know, like today you've coloured in with maybe some of the blues or, you know, some of these colder colours, but the next day you might be feeling really happy, and on that same sheet you might start to colour with yellows. And do you know what I mean? It'd be
Completely.
interesting to see
Definitely.
how that would come across in your colouring.
From day to
Definitely.
day. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So just
Maria's just messaged in saying, I'm experiencing bun envy. That's some hair bun. I've totally been feeling that too.
That's not what I thought you said.
B-U-N, just to clarify, bun.
Bun.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Craig.
it's like having Joe in here. Not that I'm, you know, mean anything by that at all.
Oh, we all say the same about Joe.
So So I've cut those 3 out, and then so I would colour the full piece in, but just for speed, I'm not going to.
Okay. I'm really interested to see where this is going.
So let's just get my tape pen.
So you've officially been with us now, what's that, about a couple of weeks now?
Officially, yeah. So the 20th of September, I mean, talking about birthdays, it was a couple of days after my birthday in September that I got the call asking if I would, being offered it, asking if I'd like the job. So that was like the best birthday present ever.
Brilliant. And how do you find it so far?
It's so much fun. It's everyone is so wonderful, so supportive, so everything. It's like, it really is a dream job.
It's so nice when we hear things like that as well. You know, we get to say it all the time, but then to hear you saying it as well.
Yeah. So I think these are just a little bit bigger than an A4, maybe just a 1/4 of an inch or something, because it didn't fit on my black card. So, so I would have layered that onto black first, and then what I'm going to do is I will take these, and get a bit of foam on a roll, dare I say it.
Oh, Charlotte's gone.
So, less haste, more speed. Do I say that wrong every time? Less speed, more haste?
More speed. More speed, less. Oh, you've confused me here now.
I never get it right.
Basically, if you go fast, it goes wrong.
Yes, slow down a little bit, Michelle.
More haste, less speed.
So so I put foam. Make sure you always put your foam in the middle, because you don't want it to bow in.
I'm so glad you said that, because it frustrates me when I see online when people don't put foam or glue gel in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it dips.
Yes. And try and find a roll that wants to play with you, because this one's it's not having any of it. It's not peeling off all, but it doesn't matter, because I'll just put a little bit of glue on there anyway, which allows you for wiggle time.
Yeah.
Got you.
So if I just get a bit of my glue.
You've used the circles. I suppose it would work if you used, I don't know, maybe the squares or the hexagons or that, wouldn't it?
Oh, you could use any of them. Even the lovely shaped ones that we've got, just use whichever ones you want. It obviously depends what kind of look you're going for.
And what type of glue were you using there?
So what I did was, because my foam roll's not playing, when I peeled the top off, it took the sticky away. So I used some glue to go over the top. So you're still getting the depth of the foam roll.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you pull it off and it takes the sticky off. So just put a bit of glue on. You've still got the depth of your foam roll, and you just carry on, no problem.
That's good.
So even though these aren't coloured in, we'll try again with this evil roll.
So this is where after the show, Michelle, we can put Jake to work and
Yeah.
get him to get us some new foam on the roll.
Yeah. I don't think I think when they've, get exceptionally warm, the glue goes a bit.
I'd agree with you, yeah.
I think Charlotte's right. We didn't sing the song, so the foam on a roll's not playing.
It only works when Ben starts singing it, doesn't it?
So I'll just put a bit of glue on that one, because that pulled the sticky off as well.
And is it tacky glue you're using?
That is my tacky glue, yeah. I've decanted it into this little bottle. I just love using it.
They are
handy,
useful.
isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
All these things that Michelle's using, the foam on a roll and your tacky glue, all that, you'll find across on our website as well. Certainly worthwhile. Certainly if you've got that code as well from the newsletter.
Yes.
Stock up.
Well worth it.
You can't beat a good discount code,
You
a good sale, a good percentage off if you spend X amount. I'm I'm a sucker for a code. If I'm buying anything, I always check for a discount code.
Me too.
My mum does that.
Yeah. My husband said he's going to have it put on my gravestone. Loved a good discount code. So my sticky didn't come off on any of those, but I'm going to still apply that.
If you would like these scissors as well, because by the way, our scissors are amazing. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Becky, you work for the channel, so you have to say that. I don't have to say that at all. I could just say you can also get scissors. But they are genuinely awesome.
They are.
What is it you love about our scissors?
They cut brilliantly. I mean, and they're all sticky at the minute, but they just clean up perfectly and stay as sharp as they did when I first used them. So
that's brilliant.
They're just brilliant. So I used a sentiment from our the cream and gold folder with all the sentiments. What's it called?
Oh,
like the compendium.
That's it.
Compendium.
Yeah, the ultimate compendium.
Just to say, you guys here in the UK, don't panic. Don't panic. That's all that I'm going to say. I know there's been a lot of chat online. Don't worry. Okay. That's all that I'm saying.
So we'll pretend I used it from something that you don't need to panic over. So what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create.
Oh,
so I just thought a beautiful little sentiment to give, because I'm not using this as a. It's not playing with me today, look, none of my phone.
Sorry, does that say, so you attract what you create? Because you've just created butterflies, so you're trying to now attract butterflies.
I've just set myself up there. Gosh. Right, so...
There's no flies on you, is there?
Let's move on. I've gone all panicky, my heart's starting now.
Don't worry, I'll walk you out to your car with a net.
Thank you. Yes.
Just in case.
So this is. So what I will do is, in Blue Peter style, I will bring in the one I've made. So I layered it onto the black card. Then, because I've used the pink and blues from. So I've laid it onto our Centura Pearl. We've got some A3 coloured Centura Pearl, which I've laid it up. And what I've done, I don't know if you can see, but on these three, when I took them off, I sprayed them with our little cans of spray glitter that we've got.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I move it about, you can see it.
Yeah.
But
really,
coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you. It's not brilliant. It's so sparkly here, looking at it, but not quite picking up. So I could have just inked the edges, but I didn't. But so what I did was I just made a little stand for the back, and I thought,
Michelle, that is so smart. That's so
just a nice little gift. Or you could put the ribbon on the top so it can be hung.
Yeah. That's so good. You know, if someone is leaving work or something, you know, when they need a big card to sign, you know, that would be really good for that one. For that one there. Just say our spray and sparkles as well. Here in the UK, you'll get them on our website. You guys stateside, you'll need to check the HSN site because of shipping and that. And then also just to say as well, Blue Peter, in case you wonder, is a UK show where usually they would make something and then they would have a completed one already done and then they would bring it in and say, here's one I made earlier. So it's sometimes something that we say every now and again. So if you're just wondering, you know, certainly if you're Europe or America, thinking, what is this Blue Peter?
When you reference something that you watched as a kid, I think you assume that everyone knows what Blue Peter is and like the Happy Little Accidents, Bob Ross. I mean, who doesn't know Bob Ross, to be fair?
An artist.
Yeah, and Bob Ross is, I mean, you think my bun's great. Have we seen Bob Ross's hair?
But Michelle, that was so lovely. Thank you so much. So much love.
There's loads of people coming in to say hello to you. Lynn saying hi to Michelle. Suzette's in saying hello. Aisha is in saying welcome back, Michelle. Great to have you back. We've got Brenda in saying hello. Teresa's in saying hello as well. You've got emojis and love across the board, Michelle. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. We have got Moria, I think I've pronounced that right, saying, I love the idea that you use the dies to cut out the certain sections. Does look cool, doesn't it? And again, if maybe you are making something you don't have too much time, you know, just focusing on small sections is great. Hello to Aisha saying, this would make a beautiful home decor piece. I agree with you that, Aisha, actually. I think this could be something that you could put in maybe a frame, a box frame. The fact that it has got the stand on it, you could pop it on your mantelpiece, couldn't you? It would look lovely. Nice passers-by as well, if you had it in your window. Hello to Sandra saying, ain't no butterflies around after the rain we've had this morning, Becky. Don't fret, Michelle. Sandra, you're not wrong. Bucketing down outside, absolutely. Yeah, all the little butterflies will be definitely safely inside. You'd have hated where I used to work, Michelle. I used to work at a zoo, and I used to go to the butterfly enclosure every day at lunch. It's not for you, is it, Michelle?
There's one where I used to live in Yorkshire, the butterfly, it's like, you know the primeval that you get at Halloween where you go in and everything scares you? The butterfly place for me is
that what it's like?
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
No scary things, it's the butterflies that attack.
Bless you. Thank you so much, Michelle. Don't forget, Michelle's going to be back with us on Colour Me Happy a wee bit later on in the day, so do keep your peepers peeled for that. And do not forget as well, if you are watching us right here, right now, you're live, then do feel free to check out your baskets if you've secured any of those goodies and treats. And if you would like to see any more of them, the Colour Me Happy show is coming up 7 p.m. UK time, which is 11 a.m. if you are across the pond. What are you up to, Craig?
Well, we're going to be sticking with the colouring, and we're going to be having a look at what's coming up within Colour Me Happy, and it's along the lines of something that Michelle was just showing you before, but what we've got is slightly smaller, it's more compact as well, and you're getting 3 of them. This is the Advanced Discovery Kit collection, or selection, either or, potato, where you're getting 60 elements in total, which is including the pens as well as colour mediums and papers that we'll show you in a moment. If you do want to go for these ones, £56 or $78 when it comes to platinum for, remember, this is Spectrum Noir, this is, you know, artist quality, artists out there, world-renowned artists are using our Spectrum Noir colour mediums. That's going to come down to £44.80 or $62.40. And let's show you some of the things that you can be making with them. I've got lots and lots of finished samples here at the side. So I'll tell you what, actually, first and foremost, I know we had a look at the screen a moment ago, but let's have a look at each of them, because you've got the 3 of them. You're getting all 3, remember, as well. So whether you're using it for yourself or gifts, it's going to be absolutely perfect. So the first one that you're going to be getting is the Art of Illusion. Now when it comes to this one here, if I turn it around, you're going to see this is everything that you're going to get when it comes to the colouring cardstock that you're going to get, but then it tells you a little bit about the pen inside. So you've got a combination of your Illustrator and also your Classics. Gives you a little overview as well as the colour tones to expect within this collection. But then if I turn it back this way, you can see from the top exactly the colour families that you're going to get. So this is all about the combination, as I said a moment ago, of your Illustrator as well as your Classics, and getting that illustrated look that we'll show you in a moment. Then we've also got the masterful mandalas. Now, if there's any of them that you want to chill, relax, take your mind away while you're colouring, as if all colouring doesn't do that anyway, then you've got the mandala. Just to say as well that each of them, so if I go back to this one, is you've got a world-renowned artist, Tatiana, who explains all the way through the little booklets that you get in each one, how to achieve all the different things that you're going to see. But then this one here, you've got Baz. Let's just make sure it is Baz on this one here. Now, again, you can see the colours that you're going to be using within this collection. Turn it around. You've got an image of what to expect with inside here when it comes to the images. You are going to be getting 2 of your fine art liners within these ones here. And these are all based on our tri-blends. So you get the colours that are going to work with the images that Baz has put inside. Then what we've also given you within this one is the adventure in colour. So this one is Cara that has gone over everything that you need to know with these ones. Nice colour array that you can see from your brights but even down to your deeper tones. And it's exactly that when it says to adventures in colour. So you're going for all these mystical looks, you're going for these fancy backdrops but in the colour and image. So instead of doing them as backdrops, you know, think of the distressed backgrounds that you do, but what you're taught is how you can actually do these in the line, so to speak, but using the colour and pens that you've got, which in this one are also your Illustrator and also your Classics too. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the illustration, the art of Illustrate, and then what you are going to get is inside you're going to be getting an introduction to the colour markers. So what you've got is a little booklet here, all about learning. It's about learning your colours, it's learning about how to, combining things like your Illustrators, your Classics, as well as your tri-blends. Even hints and tips for the nibs, the refill inks that you've got. Then it's a colour theory or colour wheel, explains all the way through about the basics of your colour theory and then how it can become more complex. Then we've got the layering of colours. So if you are building the layers, it's something similar to what Michelle done a moment or two ago. You don't always have to stick to the colour families. You can go into different colour families and layer up. And then about the gradient as well. So if you're sticking with one colour, the gradients that you're able to achieve. Then we've got more, so little bits about the storage of your pen, how to store them, how to find a good art liner. Keeping in mind you do get them included within each of the set, but it's nice to have that little bit of a guide. Then going into shading tips, lighting and blending of the shading and light, all in each of these little booklets that you've got within each one. And then what each one does also have is a sheet, double sheet that you've got, and this is going to work depending on which one that you've got. Art of illustration, whether it's a mandala or adventure of colour. So again, you've got a step by step, and it does exactly that. Step by step shows you how you can then build up the images, how you can start to create what's on the front, as well as other images that you get within the selection. So if I turn that one over, when it comes to this, it's showing you how you can cross over your Illustrator as well as your Classic pens. Having a look as well, what you do get within this one, these are some of the images that you get. So just to say, you do get one of each, but you've got some florals, you've got some butterflies, you've got some like little moths there, you've got some fish. Look at these ones here, all of these that you can be colouring in. So whether it's nature, where it is under the sea, whether it's floral, all of these you're going to be able to colour and achieve a really lovely illustrated look by using these step-by-steps. So before we go on and do a little bit of colouring, let's show you some of what you can be creating. So I'm going to show you the Illustrated first and foremost that you're going to be doing. If you wanted to, you could start to incorporate your other alcohol colours that you've got at home. All of the colours that you find within these discovery boxes, these are part of our core colour lines. So for instance, the illustrating pens you're going to get, you will find that if you've got the full collection, they are in there. They're not brand new colours, but what this means, it's like a little craft box all held together. So if you're wanting to do exactly what our professionals, our colours have been showing you, you don't have to go out and dig out the colours, you don't have to hunt for them, they're all self-contained in each box, nicely held together. You've got exactly what you need to be doing what our professionals are doing. But that one is your art of illustration. Let's show you some of the mandalas within this one here. So we're going in, and once again, Baz will step by step, we'll show you what you can be doing. We have featured these on past Crafters TV shows, so you can go back and you can watch many of us on the team get creative with them. Not just card fronts, but then there's like one you've got within Lily's room, or what Michelle was showing you. You could then start to die cut into them. You can create home decor. But that is the mandalas. And then last but by no means least, we have got our adventures in colour. It's exactly that. You can tell where the name Adventures come. You've got some of, your globes from around the world. You're getting so creative in the tones that you're using, but the designs that you're using. So funky. These are all larger sheets and they've all chopped down after they've been coloured, or even before, but these are simply spectacular. So before we run out of time, let's do a little bit of colouring, Becky.
Sounds great.
So I'm going to pop all these to the side. Now what I've got is I'm going to go in with this one here. Now these do come included, as I said a moment ago, and within this one here, what I've got, this is already done on our sort of like our Nina card. So it's alcohol card. So I'm going to pop a piece of cardstock underneath, and then I'm going to come in with our pens here. So we've got our Illustrator, we've got our Classics, and then what we've also got is our 0.1 fine liner, all from Spectrum Noir. So quickly going back in with our sheet. So starting off at the beginning here, it shows you how you want to start to build up your darkest from the front petal with PP6. So we're going to go in, I think this one is PP6, which it is, and with the illustrators, with these ones, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the brush nib. Now, Michelle was showing you with the box she had, how she starts with that fine nib. With this one, you can do that, but this is all about the brush action that you're going to get from your illustration pens. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start at the base. So if I bring this one back in, what we're showing you here, with this one, it's Tatiana, showing you where you can start to build up the colour, starting with the depth. So if I show you this one here, it's quite dark around the top of the petal, which is this one here. So to make it easy for myself, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it around, and then because we've got that nice Japanese nib brush, what we're doing is we're doing flicking actions. So we're working our way around, whereas with a Classic or tri-blend, we would tend to go in and really lay down that colour. What I'm wanting to do on this one is flicking action. So we're working our way around where it would be quite deep, and I'm carrying on all the way down to the bottom, Becky, before we come in and we start to layer a lighter colour in.
Lovely. And is it important that you put the piece of paper underneath?
I would always say so, certainly when it comes to alcohol colouring, because what will happen, and you want it to happen, is it will start to bleed through. The more layer that you start to, or the more you start to layer up with the alcohol, it will bleed through. If you're on a non-porous surface, what will happen, it will bleed through onto the glass mat, or again, non-porous surface, and then it will come back into your cardstock. So therefore it'll start to bleed into the layers that you don't want it to bleed into. By popping some cardstock, and it can be scrap, it could be copy paper, anything like that, what will happen is if it does bleed through, your cardstock will catch it, and it will stay within the card and not bleed back through into your image. So don't worry about it being expensive cardstock or that. It can be something as simple as copier paper or old cardstock. But I'm going to go back in over the top again, adding another layer, and then what I can do is I can come into our next pen by following the step by step. I can come back in. So it's got into here, and then you can start to add touches with your PP2. So I'm going to go in with PP2, which is slightly lighter. So this one is the baby pink. That last one was cocktail pink. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go back into it, and then I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do bigger flicking actions with this one, Becky. I'm going to blend our darker shade in. So similar to what you would do with the tri-blends or Classics. So I'm not going right up to this top edge. I'm only going where my flicking action from before has ended, and I'm blending it back in. So working our way around, I'm going to keep going all the way down. So I'm going to finish all this flicking action, building up the layers all the way down, and then you would carry on going all the way through each of these petals, exactly what I'm doing, but remembering to each petal you've got 7 steps to, to put it lightly. You've got your 7 steps, and you would copy and you would replicate those 7 steps for each of the petals. So working our way round. So So I'm going to go back in. So now I'm going to go back over on itself, blending them back out here. So I'm going to go back and then crossing over. So we're getting that shade all the way around. Flicking it out, and I want to start to blend this base in. I'm not overly concerned at the moment about what is going to be the base of the petal, because what we're going to do just shortly is come in with another colour. So let's pop that one out, and then what we can then start to do is then we can start to incorporate each of the other steps. So to finish off this bit here, I'm going to go in with our BT1, and then I'm going to go in with the brush nib again, and then I'm going to add that in, crossing that over, flicking that in, back into the lighter tone, similar to what Michelle done, always going back into the lighter to blend it out. So I'm going to blend them ones out. I'm going to go back in with that blue. So we're getting that real nice, it's like a pastel tone, but it's a light tone to the base. I'm needing to go that way, Craig. This is also where your Totally Tiffany rotating board will come in handy.
Yeah, useful.
But the bean alcohol, leave it to evaporate for a little bit longer, and then you'll start to get that seamless blend. But then you can start to see how you've got that roundness when it comes to the petal. You start to blend it in. If you want to go with more depth and shade, you absolutely can do. But that is the initial step that you're going to follow when it comes to each of the petals when it comes to the petal. That's just one of them. You are getting 3 in total. The one I just had a look at there was the art of illustration, but you do have your masterful mandalas, and you're also getting your adventure in colour. All 3 of them you're going to be getting at £56 or $78, but platinums come down to £44.80 or $62.40. Whether it is, of course, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, either one, that's where you need to go to get your hands on these ones that are going to be featured in Colour Me Happy. 7 o'clock here in the UK, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time.
Absolutely. We have got that. Just love that technique. I think it's great. It looks so 3D, doesn't it?
Comes together well.
Speaking of techniques, it's time for you to get your vote on. So we are going to be voting for a demo of the show. We've got our little wriggly penguin here by Craig. If you would like to vote for that, let's call that option number 1. We have also got Michelle's make here, which was with the wonderful colouring and the elements cut out. So if you'd like to vote for this for demo of the show, this will be option 2. If you want to get voting, get on our social medias, let us know which one's yours, and we'll announce the winner shortly. Speaking of shortly, all of those of you who are like, I can't wait to get me code. If you do want that code to get 10% off yourself and 10% off for your friend, you have to do one thing. Just wait. Just wait a little bit of time. We are going to be getting that to you this afternoon. We thought we'd let you know about it this morning so that you can get yourself prepared and maybe get those treats in the basket so that when it's ready to use, it's ready to use. And also so that you could maybe think about which friend deserves the 10% off. So if you would like to get that code, you don't have to do anything apart from wait. It will be winging its way to your inbox very soon if you subscribe to our subscription letters. Or if you're part of our Club Inspire already, then you're absolutely fine. It will be on its way. Speaking of on its way, we have got the lovely Debbie on the way coming up for our next show. And we've also got Michelle on Colour Me Happy. Colour Me Happy Discovery Kits. If you have been watching these fabulous demos today thinking, Bex, that's the bit of me, I fancy giving it a go. How about trying out this duo collection that I have here for you? Because in this collection, you are going to be getting elements for the modern calligraphy and also the concept design, and this is a little bit of something for everyone. If you've ever walked past, you know, a lovely cafe with wonderful calligraphy and thought, I'd love to be able to just add a little je ne sais quoi to my cards, to my designs, this is definitely the one for you. And if you've got someone yourself or someone in your family who's got a little bit more of almost a technical brain, this is definitely the one for them. Bringing them together for you, you can see how incredible that price is on screen. You're getting a massive range of colours here, so you can give it a go if you so wish. do we have a winner? I'll be honest, mine says it's not connected to me anymore, so you might have to take this on.
I see that we do have a winner, so I'll let you
okay.
say next.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it feels nice, this case. And the winner of the show is... It's the Wobbly Penguin, Devo number 1.
Although I have to say though, Michelle's card, that could have won as well, easily.
Absolutely.
Easily could have won. So nice having that one. But there you go. There is a great big colouring feast that you've had over the last hour and a half. But do you know what? It's going to continue all day today. So let's quickly go over what we've got coming up today on Crafters TV. We've got the launch day next with Debbie and also Becky. That's all about the cute penguins. That's going to be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Michelle's going to be back also with Becky with all of these colouring techniques that we've just been touched upon a moment ago. That being 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Becky, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun.
Always.
As well, Michelle, she's still in the studio. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks to Charlotte as well, and obviously Erin. That's me now for the weekend. I will see you back here on Monday. It's going to be a busy day for Monday. You'll find out why over the weekend. But I'll see you same time, same place for Monday's wake-up call with Craig. Bye.